All right. So I just finished my phone call 24 hours ago. All right. So we wanted to do this little mini episode just to finish up the episode that we did yesterday. That was released yesterday, the episode 30, the Iron Monkey episode. I was at work. I have a gig. So unbeknownst to me, my show was half an hour earlier. Who knew? Anyways, I swear to God, I'm a real professional. Anyways,
we got to give the show a proper dismount. Where we last left off, I was vamping and promoting the show, but I left it. We were leaving off at our rankings. We talked about our favorite scenes and we did our rankings. I gave it 5 cocodazos out of 5. One of my favorite kung fu movies of all time. Super fun. 5 out of 5. Now we can get Nery Now let's get Nery's final conclusion. So, Nery, what is your ranking?
My rating for Iron Monkey, and again, this is my first time viewing Iron Monkey. My rating is it moved up because it was lower until I saw Mike's passion for it. And I think again, this is one of those movies where if you watch it with a friend, it's better. So it's moved up to a 3 out of 5. Unnecessary flashbacks that I did. We just 3 out of 5. 3 out of 5. I don't want to say unnecessary because they were necessary, but 3 out of 5 roughly like shoehorned in flashbacks.
3 out of 5 exposition bombs in a conversation.
Yeah, in the middle of 3 out of 5 awkward, let's bring up your dead dad for no reason conversations. It was lower. It was lower, but your passion for it, I was like, all right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am. I do like a lot of things about this movie, but I really dislike a lot of things about this movie. And I just don't think they were executed well. It has nothing to do. There are other movies. There are other kung fu movies. There are other movies of this style. Hero is one of my all-time favorite action movies.
Right.
So there are other movies, but this one again, the Looney Tunes kicking was just a lot. It was a lot for me to handle. It was a lot.
Yeah,
I was like, what's happening?
This is a kid eyes movie for me. That's why. That's why. Yeah,
sure.
If I was watching it for the first time now, I'd probably have a different vibe. But this is 100% kid eyes for me. I love it so much. It's Robin Hood and all those. It's like cartoony, and I'm like, great. If I were to see it now, I'd be like, get the.
I think that the movie didn't know what it wanted to be. It wanted to be. There was some elements of drama, and there was some, and then of course action. But the slapstick comedy, I was like, there wasn't a place for it in my eyes for the rest of the tone of the movie. I'm like, the tone of the movie, it deals with very serious things and government corruption.
So serious,
like government corruption and like and brothels and like and sex workers and
improperly imprisoning people without due process.
And then they just sprinkle in like these like Looney Tunes slapstick moments where you go that. Okay, that wasn't necessary. So that to me is the vibe of it. I was like, I don't know what I'm watching here. When you watch Shaolin Soccer, you realize the whole thing is ridiculous, and this whole movie is supposed to be ridiculous. And it's
the whole thing. Kung Fu Hustle also. But I'll say this: that I do feel like at some point someone explained the cultural significance of Chinese opera to me, where it's like you don't have like this experience going to and even like going to the movies at a certain point was. Hey man, I don't get to do this that often. I want everything in this one thing. So every experience is supposed, and that's like a Chinese opera thing. So that's like where Jackie Chan got started, where Jet Li got started. It's all these, it's performative martial arts.
Yes.
And it's almost, and it's supposed to be like, it's almost like expected that you're going to go from comedy to drama to romance to, like all, it's almost like expected. So I guess knowing that, always kind of flavors these kung fu, these like traditional like Chinese kung fu movies, like Hong Kong cinema also, where they want, like a little bit of everything in your thing, and so it always colors that for me.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to comedy sprinkled in, but the slapstick comedy is a different level of comedy where I'm just like, I did not, You know what I mean? Like if you make a joke, right? Like in an action movie, in all our favorite superhero movies, because this is basically a superhero movie. In all of our favorite superhero movies, you know, DC got a lot of flack for not having enough humor, for not having enough levity, you know.
Yeah, no dark and gritty reboots.
So right. So like I'm all for like having levity in these superhero movies, in these action movies, but the slapstick of it is like, oh, this feels weird. It's like this that to me again. I don't mean to talk. I wish, you know what? Another thing that raised it up for me from a 2 to a 3 is the fact that this is the bad guy from Karate Kid. I was like, oh no, it's like,
yeah, he's in more things.
Different.
Yeah,
he looks very different.
Although I will say that half shaved head style of this era of Chinese culture makes everything look so dated, like that's so specific to a time thing that whenever you see it, it's almost like, well, I know what I'm in for. You know what I mean? Like I know, this is what I'm getting. So yeah, it's so specific. The looks, you know.
Yeah. So, but I guess, and again, it moved up from a 3 because I was watching and I was like, there's no way I could ever recommend this movie to somebody who's like, what movie do you recommend? I was like, I could recommend Hero. I could recommend even Crouching Tiger, which I have not seen since its theatrical debut. I have not seen that movie. Yeah.
Crouching Tiger is a perfect example of when you give this guy enough money and have it directed by a different, like Ang Lee directed it. So it's like when you have like a film director doing, you know, like The Matrix is an example of when you use the choreographer Yin Wu Ping properly, you know, like stuff like that. Yeah. So you give him a story. But yeah.
So I want to go with 3 out of 5. I really want to, you know what? I'm going to go 2.5. 2.5. I can't go 3. I can't go because 3 is a recommendation. I can't recommend this movie. I can't recommend this movie. 2.5.
You don't think someone could have fun watching this movie?
I think someone could have fun if you're watching it in a group. This movie would not make the list of like, hey, give me some fight movies. I'm going to go with The Raid. I'm going to go like, there's so many other movies that I would just choose to like,
of course,
not pick these movies like this movie.
Yeah.
So it's just, because to me 3 is always a recommendation. 3 out of 5 is a recommendation, and I can't
give it whatever the score, man. I'm not going to question. I just 2.5.
2.5.
3. It's the half is you recommend it as a movie to watch with other people in this spirit.
And the spirit and the setting.
Yeah.
And you have to know, it's kind of like one of those things when you watch, like when somebody watches Superman Returns, you go, no, you got to watch part Superman 1 and 2 with Christopher Reeve, and then you watch this one. It's like there's a lot of homework. So this is that kind of movie where it was like, wait, you got to understand the feeling of, so it's Chinese opera, and then what they do, and then you have to explain all of this, and then show them this, and you're like, oh,
then okay, this. All right, fine. I'll give it to you. I love this movie. I unabashedly give it a 5.
I like the action.
I love all those aspects of it.
The action that's not slapstick is top notch, is really cool.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
The second, the ramping up of the drama and the big combat at the end really kind of like serve that purpose, I think, for you. But the beginning, it's very cartoony.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with that. All right. So time for it's my turn to pick the next movie. Yeah. And I was trying to find like a point from this movie to the next movie. And I really, the only thing I could think of is the kind of secret identity. That's the only thing. It's like it's such a like thin.
What? It's a secret. A secret identity is a secret identity, man. Yeah, he's the Iron Monkey, but he's really Dr. Wong.
So choosing the secret identity. What's the word I'm looking for? Daisy chain. Thread. Choosing the secret identity daisy chain, because there's a sequel coming out later on this month or next month, and I looked it up, and IMDb has it classified as a martial arts movie. I'm gonna go with The Accountant.
The Accountant is a martial arts movie?
That's what IMDb. If you go to IMDb, it says action, drama, blah, blah, blah. And then it says martial arts. And I'm like, that's it. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. This is a movie to the audience.
Accountant 1.
Yeah, because Account 2 hasn't come out yet. The Account 2, that's the sequel comes out in a couple, and like this later on this month or next month or something like that. But this is a movie where I told when Mike and I were talking about bringing the podcast back after 2 years, and I said, hey, what do you think about The Account? Does The Account count as a martial arts movie? He says, I've never seen it, And I said, you should watch it. And he said, is it a martial arts movie or is it an action movie? And I said, yes. And then I said my exact words were, watch it, because even if it doesn't count towards Kickflix, it's still a very good movie and you should watch it. And then I looked it up on IMDb, and IMDb classified it as a martial arts. So I'm gonna go, hey, throw my heads up in the air.
All right. Well, watch The Accountant. And also, if you want to suggest movies for us that you feel are Kickflix movies, send it to us at Mike Mercadal, at Nery Saenz, and at
Kickflixpod at gmail.com.
Kickflixpod at gmail.com.
So do that.
I guess The Accountant. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. All right. Talk to you guys later. Gotta get to work now.
Peace.
Yeah.